And so, the day closes on yet another abhorrently terrible Brickyard 400. It's days like this where everyone just sits back and asks, why do we even go here? It's days like yesterday that everyone sits back and says, why do we even go here? And I know the answer is obviously money, 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 money. But I'm just gonna pretend for a second, like, just maybe, just possibly, somehow, some way, we can find our way out of this horrible racetrack, and we can go to places where stock cars can actually drive at, such as Indianapolis Raceway Park, which I swear was created specifically for the fact that Indy was terrible for stock cars, but I digress. So, 2 races in Indianapolis this weekend. So how about Eldora? Now, Eldora, I don't know. I didn't say anything about Eldora at all this weekend, so Eldora. Let's see here. Competition out front. Entertaining racing. That's really all that I look for. Competition out front and competition throughout the field. That's all I want in a race. All I want. That's all I want. We got that at races like Atlanta. We got that at races like Richmond. The fact that we have like probably the best package since the early 2000s right now. 2001, aside from the death of Dale Earnhardt, probably the best quality racing in this entire, millennium. This package works best on hot days. Indianapolis, known for its hotness, especially on race day. And yet, it still puts on an offensively mediocre show. Like, I could have watched one of those heats at Eldora for 160 laps with 5 cars and probably be sufficiently entertained. This race, like, I literally was just sitting on my back the whole time, just thinking, you know what? I was writing music while this race was happening. I was writing the Nobody Cares song. So if you ever see that on my channel eventually, you'll know when it was written. So, how about this race? Well, everything about it was terrible. Moving on. Eldora. Hey, that was a good race. The competition out front, the fighting through adversity, the multiple lead changes, the lead changes in general. Did we have a single green flag pass for the lead that wasn't during a green flag pit stop session? Did we? Don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I watched the whole race. I'm pretty sure not a single time, apart from that early green flag pit stop cycle, did we see a pass for the lead. Five laps into the race, Kyle Busch has a 5-second lead. No one could catch him all day. And yeah. And I know what everyone's gonna say. Oh, kamikaze. Oh, if Truex won this race, you'd be like, it's so great. You just didn't like this race because you don't like Kyle Busch. Let me say this right now. Let me say it loud and clear. I don't hate Kyle Busch. I strongly dislike him, but I don't hate Kyle Busch. And I would be a fan of Kyle Busch. I have said this for years. That I would be a fan of Kyle Busch if he didn't race in the Xfinity Series. However, that's what he does. Which is why I've got to be mad every single week. Every single week. Doing this. Put on a show, put on my sunglasses, come outside, yell at a camera for 20 minutes. That's why I gotta do this. And I don't blame him. His team puts together some good cars. Good for him. Enjoy your success. Just stay out of the Xfinity Series where people that need exposure, that need to hit victory lane, the people that actually matter in the Xfinity Series never get any coverage because it's every single week Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch. I've said this 17,000 times and people still don't get it. I would be a fan of Kyle Busch if he did not race in the Xfinity Series. I would be a fan of Kyle Busch if he did not race in the Xfinity Series. That was my mother, by the way. I would be a fan of Kyle Busch if he did not race in the Xfinity Series. Do you get it? Do you get it? I mean, as the race went on, I was just like, just end it. Just end it. When that debris caution came out with 10 to go, I was like, I don't care. Just end the race. It's over. It doesn't matter what they do. It's over. They kept wrecking and 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 wrecking everywhere, every which way, every direction. They were trying their damnedest to wreck on that final stretch too. Like every single time they were on the backstretch, someone was off in the grass. How did a splitter not die today? How? They were off in the grass and all that good stuff. I don't fault the drivers. I mean, they were doing everything in their power to make this race interesting. With Truex pitting early. Penske staying out for 40 laps at the start. They were trying to make this race interesting, but they just can't. Because Brickyard is not a stock car course. Why do we go here? If we have to go here, run the road course. It has a road course. For upwards of 5 years, the best racing in NASCAR has been on a road course. Why don't we use the road course? This track has a road course. Come on. Come on. Dude. Why do we have to watch the same thing every single year? Someone brings an OP car, or someone just happens to fall into the lead on a restart, and then they're off. They're off. Sayonara. Even Logano. He was saving fuel, so that's why he dropped back. That's the entire point of that early strategy, was for him to save fuel, so that's why he dropped back. So I lied. There was a green flag pass in this race. But come on. And I wouldn't be this mad if this was any other track, you know? Well, maybe not any other track. I mean, like, I was this mad at Michigan, because Michigan is always a shit show. Speaking of shit shows, we'll get to that. Michigan's always just a crap race. Indianapolis is always just a crap race. We see the same thing every single year that we go to these races. Just a boring race. Clean air is God, and end the story. There might be a couple cautions in there, but whoever's in front is gonna stay in front. Unless, like, someone puts on 16 tires or something. So I wouldn't be this mad if it was just any other track, but we go to the same racetrack every single year, and it just doesn't work. The stands, attendance is falling faster than the World Trade Center on 9/11. Wow, was that the best reference I could do for something falling? Let's try something a little brighter and happy. How about a guy doing a skydiver, falling faster than a skydriver. There we go, skydriver. Hashtag skydriver. Anyway, jeez. They need to do something about this. Because this race is literally why NASCAR is made fun of. They're making a left turn. They're making a left turn. Oh man, that's such an original joke. Gee, I bet you came up with that just like you stayed up all night just racking your brain, flipping through the dictionary, trying to come up with the most philosophical and analyzation of NASCAR that you could, and you came up with their taking another left turn. Congratulations. You are the smartest person among us. Good job. This is the stigma that NASCAR has, is that it's just a bunch of rednecks turning left. Why don't we disprove that by turning right? Because we have a road course at this track. I can't stress this enough. We have a road course at this track that we could use, but they don't. Why? Why don't they use the road course? Just once. Just once. Just give it a shot. Just one time. One time. Anyway, yeah, so I think you get the idea of why this race sucked. Now let's get to the shit show. So, debris caution causes shit show. Wow. Who'd have guessed that? Seems like that happens every single race. That there's a debris caution with 10 to go. Yeah. Happened at Homestead. So they kept wrecking, and they were doing everything in the power, I think, to like make sure that the 18 runs out of fuel, because that's what I said. I said that they're wrecking all this time just so that they have to keep doing restarts, and the 18 has to run out of fuel eventually, right? Yeah. Whatever. Just. I don't know why. See, why I said that I wouldn't be this mad about this if this was any other racetrack, because, you know, we go to so many different courses over a year. There's so many races, so many factors that play into racing. We're going to have a stinker every once in a while. But we go to Indy every single year, and we get the same race every single year. Because 2016 has had so many good races. So much good racing. Like, I feel like an asshole having to complain about how bad this race was. Because last season was this race 34 times over. Not counting Darlington and Kentucky. I feel like such an asshole having to complain about this. There's a cloud right there. That's very soothing. It's just, I don't know what to expect anymore. It's just, I didn't go into this race expecting something good. I was hoping for at least one green flag pass for the lead. I guess I got it. Yippee. Eldora was everything good about racing, and Indy is everything bad about NASCAR. And this weekend showcased, well, if you count Wednesday night as a weekend, but this week showcased the best and the worst of NASCAR racing. And I really wish that more people could watch Eldora and see, you know, this is what NASCAR is about now. It's not just people getting paced around and around the course for hours upon hours. We've had Atlantas, we've had Richmonds. We just need more of them, is what I'm saying. And we're going to, Pocono next. That race is going to suck, so maybe I'll just, we're going to Iowa, though, in the Xfinity Series. So if Kyle Busch can stay out of that race, which I doubt, maybe we'll see a good race there, and we'll, I don't know. And had a rant of the week already posted on this channel, so anyway, yeah. So I promised more questions being answered tomorrow. We'll have that video up. And I promised a live stream on Wednesday. I lied. I have to do it Tuesday because I work on Wednesday. But yeah, live stream Tuesday. It'll be in the morning, so I doubt many people will be able to see it, but whatever. I'm going to give it a shot. I haven't live streamed all summer, even though I've really, really been raring to. But once I get back to college, we'll have plenty of time to do that, because my best live streams were near the tail end of last semester. So, yeah. So, anyway, this has been yet another disappointing race at Indianapolis, but what were we expecting?